Hey guys, hope everybody's doing okay. You're fine, happy and healthy, either ready for surgery or going through one and recovering. So today I was working outside in my yard. We're getting some trees removed, so if you hear chainsaw noises, excuse the sound. Over the course of last week, I received some questions more about the financials on how people pay for the surgery or what I saw or how I did it. The second one was the height neurosis or how I am feeling for more details. And another one was about people's reactions on how once I stopped lengthening, I saw people, how did they reacted. Now keep in mind that a lot of you guys, if you're watching or you've been watching my videos, you have been seeing me gradually grow. But I have very interesting stories to share for those people who have seen me after like 4 or 5 months, how they reacted. So I'm going to make a separate video about that as well. This video is about the height neurosis. So I think the severity of my height neurosis depended on what day of the week it was. It went up and down. There was time, some days of the month or a week, I would think like, it's not really that bad. I mean, I'm 5'4", it's good. I mean, I'm a successful guy. I have money, everything is fine. I have wife. I don't need a surgery, to prove anything. And then there would be other days where, man, it would bother the heck out of me. I would give anything to grow a couple of inches taller. And especially if we were, I would, by the way, dread any outing where there would be a lot of people. And especially if I would meet somebody and, some guy or a person makes an offhand comment, and if it involves height, even if it's not even directed towards me, I tend to take it personally. And then I would kind of go back into my cocoon of daydreaming, and I would start fantasizing or dreaming about, well, one day I will get a surgery and this is what I'm going to do and it's going to fix everything. So that was the situation of how my height neurosis looked like. I consider it like pretty bad. I mean, it was pretty severe in sometimes, So, and I also knew that this height neurosis existed in my head. One of my fellow executive, he was hired at my company, and that guy was, I think he's 5'1" or 5 feet. But boy, his confidence. I mean, I would give anything to have confidence like him. He commands respect, directs the room, have that aura. And he does not care about his height or anything like that, going perfectly fine. So that executive did end up becoming, a good friend of mine. We were talking. He's one of the guys that I told that I was getting this surgery. And I asked him if that would be something he would get. Keep in mind that that's something he can afford very easily financially. But he said that was not something for him. He doesn't think that he needed it. So that tells you something. I mean, that told me that the height neurosis was in the mind thing. Obviously, there is some things in life you can't get, like, I can't be a basketball player. I have to think realistically. But I knew that the surgery would at least fix the height neurosis issues. So post surgery, post lengthening, here's how I feel. At the beginning of my journey, I was 5'4", and then the end, I was 5'7", or I am 5'7". And then if I'm wearing the basketball shoes that I wear or other cowboy shoes I wear, I can easily get to like 5'8" or 5'9", depending on what kind of shoes I'm wearing, or even regular sneakers. So it's it's like something has changed in my mind. Like somebody went in there and turned the switch off, that the height does not bother me. So now if I'm talking to you, you might as well be taller than I am. That is not something that I'm thinking. I am as happy as I can be reaching 5'7". I mean, it's perfect. I feel taller. So I think it's all in the retrospect on how do you feel about yourself. Do you feel good? It doesn't matter how others are feeling good. So the next video I'm going to make on how people react towards you, there's some pretty good responses, reactions that you get from people. So I am having a blast. I mean, post-surgery. I mean, if you would ask me if I would do it again, knowing that I would only be able to do about 6.9 centimeters, the answer is definitely yes. I would do it again because it changed my life that way. Even I'm still in consolidation phase. I'm not fully done yet. Even now, I'm reaping the rewards. My wife and I, I have started to go out in so many places that I think we're getting tired of these vacations, you can say. We've been to beaches, other states, been going to museums, zoos, and you name it, family functions. People think I'm kind of going crazy that I'm just outing so much. So I think I think that if you can't get this surgery, I think it does add quality to your life, regardless of how many inches you can grow, because if it can make you feel taller, that's what matters. Here's another story for you, interesting story. So just about a month ago, I acquired another department under me, and that department had 26 people. So 26 new people that would be reporting to me. So as part of the onboarding, I scheduled a department meeting, and their supervisors, directors, and other people were there as well. And I talked to each and every employee. It was a big auditorium. And I was talking to each and every employee. I answered their question, laid down the strategy, and not once I was worried about the height or anything. Comparatively, last year, if I would have called the department meeting, height would have been on my mind. So that's a plus. I consider that a big win. My point is that for those of you who are taller than I am, like taller than 5'9", 10, 6 feet, or what have you, for you, maybe looking at me going from 5'4" to 5'7" may not be a big deal. It sounds like, oh, it's just 3 measly inches. But let me tell you, it had made a big difference for me. The quality of life, how I feel. So anybody who is at least around my height is thinking about it, or you're afraid that you're only going to be able to get only 2 inches, I can tell you it will improve your life. So I hope that I have answered the questions. I hope I have answered some of the questions that the gentleman asked about my height neurosis. I tried to be as transparent as I could be with you guys and include all the details on how I feel and how it went. If you have any more questions, send it to me. Take care and good luck with your endeavors. I'm going to make next videos about the financial situation as well as people's reactions. So talk to you later, guys. See ya. Oh, and somebody asked about the proportions and stuff. Here's how I look like. I don't know if the camera is right to catch all of my height, but this is how it is. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.